It is now my privilege to introduce today's Convocation speaker, Eugenia Addy. Dr. Addy is a renowned scientist, communicator, and social entrepreneur, serving as the CEO of Visions of Science. Her mission is to transform communities and society at large through equitable access to STEM education. With over 15 years of experience, she has led youth initiatives in more than 50 underserved communities around the Greater Toronto and Hamilton area, and has shared her insights on over 80 platforms, including TEDx. Featured in major media outlets like Toronto Life, the Globe and Mail, and CBC, Dr. Addy is also a decorated leader, holding awards from the University of Toronto and Life Sciences Ontario. Please welcome Eugenia Addy to the podium.
We made it. Y'all made it. Congratulations. Chancellor Hall, President Wooden, distinguished faculty and members of the Platform Party, families, friends, and most importantly, you all, the graduates, thank you for the absolute honor of speaking with you today. I sat where you sat, twice. And I remember the mix of pride and pressure, hope, mostly fear, because people were gonna be asking me and kept asking me the famous question, and I'm sure y'all know it, I see smiles, because so what's next? What are you gonna do now? Okay, what are you gonna do with your life? And to be honest, I did not always have a neat answer. Sometimes I didn't have an answer. I had a bit of a look, shrug. But what I did have was a moment of my life that changed me, and I want to share that with you today. So years ago, once I graduated with my PhD, I was a scientist, and I was a scientist who loved the lab and also loved my community. So I was kind of sitting around waiting for someone to help bridge the distance between the two. Someone who would bring hands-on STEM to curious, bright young minds who were often underlooked. I had hundreds of reasons to wait for that someone. I was young at the time. I did not have many resources. I needed to make actual money, which I'm sure resonates with most of you. Yeah, I see some nods. We need that. And the path was not clear. I didn't have a course calendar. I didn't have anything to navigate. I just had this thought that somebody's got to do it. So I'll wait. I'll wait for somebody to do that. I told myself that when the timing felt right, I would start, I would join something, I would make it official, and when I felt ready, a door would obviously open. And one day, I finally realized that the person that I was waiting for was me. The realization was not that dramatic. It was quiet and incredibly uncomfortable. It sounded like a challenge, and the challenge that kept echoing in my mind was, if you keep waiting for permission, you will keep waiting. And if you want a door that has not been opened for you, build it. So I took a small step, a super small step. I started researching. I Googled STEM, community, science, various things in the search engine that I was using, and I found Visions of Science. I joined an outreach program, I volunteered and I engaged, and I went from volunteering from a program to quickly leading the organization. I want to tell you that that leap was easy. It was the hardest season of my life. As a team, we learned, we failed, we adjusted, and we tried again. And none of it looked like a leap at the time. It looked like a series of ordinary choices that had to be made with courage. And I want to share with you a few points of what that season taught me that I hope you'll take with you into the future today. The first one is choose your problem with courage. Titles will change. Industries, as we all know, will change and evolve. Tools will update. Problems will endure until we decide to face them. Ask yourself, what breaks my heart? What fires me up? What keeps me up at night? Is it climate resilience? Is it health access? Is it having equitable classrooms? Is it ethical AI, safer cities, stronger arts communities? Pick one. And not because you want to solve it by yourself, but because you want to focus. And understand that the degree that you're receiving today is not something that will contain you. It's a tool in your toolbox for solving that problem. It's going to lift you to a platform where your voice and your skills can serve something larger than yourself. The second piece of advice is be the person that you are waiting for. I know for myself, many of us are waiting for the perfect mentor, the perfect plan, the perfect job description, and sometimes perfection can just be a stall tactic. Start with what you have and with who you have. When we began at Visions of Science, we did not have a blueprint. We had a purpose and we had our community. We asked questions, we listened, we co-designed, we adjusted. And let me tell you, I had no idea how to be a CEO. Nobody told me. But what we did have and what I did have was a bias for action and a willingness to learn out loud, which leads me to my third piece of advice. Build tables, not pedestals. We live in a world where everybody wants to be front and center, and that is okay. But pedestals can often be lonely and fragile. Tables are where we come together, we bring our ideas, we bring lived experience, and it sits tightly next to good data. We learn from one another, youth and elders. Differences become our assets. And I'll say that whatever field you enter, always ask yourself, who is missing from this table? Who needs to be joining this conversation? And change your invite list. Because innovation without inclusion solves a problem for only a few. The fourth piece of advice I'll give you is practice courageous consistency. This one was hard. And it's hard for us too, right? Because we celebrate all the big things. We celebrate big launches. We're living in a world where viral moments are everything. But when the numbers fade and the lights turn off, we actually need to tackle challenges and changes in the community at a steady pace. Sometimes it's unglamorous repetition. It's something as simple as answering emails on time, showing up when it's difficult, fixing that process that frustrates everyone and no one wants to actually solve it, owning your mistakes, sharing credit. It's a daily discipline. And I know when we first were building momentum at Visions of Science, the work that mattered the most was actually really simple. Call that parent back. Rewrite that lesson plan. Make sure we balance that budget. Thank that funder. Do the small things well, and they'll make room for large things to grow. And finally, let all you've learned keep you moving. Degrees are just milestones, but they are not finish lines. The world that you are entering, and I know you know this, is moving fast, and it's super complex. That's not a warning. That's not a reason to be afraid. It's actually an invitation. When your assumptions break, let curiosity in. When a new tool emerges, learn it. When your first plan fails, ask better questions and try for the next one. Your capacity to learn, which you have proven you have, will serve you to learn faster and adapt to the problems as they change, and you will be your competitive edge and, in turn, your social responsibility. Now, I wish I could tell you that courage erases fear. It does not. Courage gives fear a job to do, okay? It says, thank you for that signal. Now move aside while I take my steps. When I look back, the fear that I felt in stepping into the unknown, in stepping into a world that was not charted out for me neatly, that fear was enormous, and now feels like a small footnote. When I think about the lives that have been changed and the leaders that have been raised through the programs that we are doing that did not exist until somebody chose to begin, to just start something. And graduates, you are entering a world that absolutely needs your imagination, your integrity, your skills. It needs people that can hold both evidence and empathy, ambition and accountability. It needs people who will not wait for the perfect roadmap, but who will build one with others and leave it better marked for those to follow after. So, here is my ask for you as you get ready to walk across this stage into your next chapter. Choose your problem, be the person, build the table, practice courageous consistency, and keep learning. Many of you here, you got your path sorted out. You're clear on what your future holds, and I love that for you. Run that path with joy. And for those of you who are unsure, please know that it is not a failure. It's a frontier. Take one step, send one email, make one prototype, join one working group, mentor one student, pilot that one idea. Small steps repeated with intention can shift the entire landscape. While, again, I don't know your individual situations, but I'm not that convocation speaker that can pay off your student loans. I'm so sorry about that. But I can offer you something that I believe is more powerful over a lifetime. It's the decision to move from waiting to building, from someday to today, and from someone to you. This world has never existed with your exact combination of gifts, training, and your story until now. Use them with courage, use them with care, and use them together. Congratulations, class of 2025. I can't wait to see what you built. Thank you.